So I'm saying that people online, that you don't have to, during inflation, purchase a fixed rate bond, because inflation will force the central bank to increase the rate, and once the rate is being increased, they'll issue new bond and that bond become obsolete. So you lose investment or you lose money. Okay? So the opposite of inflation is inflation or what? Inflation. That's the definition there. Now, this is why Doctor brought me in. This is what we have decided with Doctor, that we are going to give it to the world free. So, I think those who are here, you guys are very privileged, and I mean, it's very important that you all thanks to Dr. Muhammad. So, rising prices makes it very hard to save money. Am I correct? Driving individuals to engage in riskier investment strategy to increase or even maintain their wealth. Driving prices makes it very hard to save money, of course. So, which put individuals in a riskier investment strategy to increase or even maintain their wealth. That's why our brothers fall on Ponzi schemes. Because they are confused. And I don't know what to do with 1 million. I don't know what to do with 500. I don't know what to do with 10,000. Now somebody comes to me, oh, I have this project. You give me 10,000, I have 20%. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. But at the end of this workshop, you see a clear picture on how you can deal with that situation during inflation. And even after inflation, because you have a skill of navigating via difficult times like inflation. Some claim that inflation benefits some businesses or individuals in an expense of others. Yes, because the rich people stay rich. Because they are buying those assets that are going to put on the board. Yes. And the poor become what? Poorer because they have very little money, they have no how to survive, like just went from society. But it stands point on inflation. But whether you are the rich or you are the poor here, leaving this workshop, you are going to navigate how to deal with what inflation. Or the actual inflation. So, most of you have said this to me. Now, causes of inflation. What do you think that causes inflation? I think the doctor mentioned that in his presentation. What do you think that causes inflation? Doctor mentioned cost. Demand. Money. Now let me just explain because it's very important. If you want to produce this and there are 10 workers producing it and you increase their salary, what happens to the cost? It goes up. Yes. The plastic bottle, what happens to the cost? It goes up. So if your cost is around 500, before it used to be 10,000, now it's 15,000. How much will you sell this? 20,000. Which means that the cost has pushed you toward price. Remember that inflation is looking at what? Price. Am I making sense? If you're looking at what price? There is no how that the price is going to increase, then you don't ask why, or you don't have alternative. Like, you need to have alternative. So price is the key to follow and make decisions. Because it's the bedrock of inflation. Now, demand. I've also mentioned that. We can increase demand of a particular good and we'll say, oh, even if I increase the price of this good, because the demand is high, a lot of people are going to get this good. For example, you have a beautiful dress made in Rwanda, and the price is 15,000, and there's a traffic of demand. You say, oh man, this guy's love this, let me just increase the price. Okay? Okay? So all of this, then monetary policy. For example, I'll go back to the United States, where during COVID-19, the government was giving some social grants. When you are printing money and giving out, you want to flood the economy with money. So the government was trying to relieve the people from poverty, give them sustainability in that period. But after the COVID, what happened? There's so much money in what? Circulation. There's no money in circulation. What do we do to reduce the money? We just step on the rate. That's why the Fed rate was going up. Because there's so much money because of relief, stipends. Am I making sense here? Okay. Impact. Purchasing power. Oh, sorry. Yes. Now, I really want to mention this, please. I just want to mention this. We, financial analysts and investment analysts, we measure investment, inflation, that's what? CPI. So the day you hear somebody say, oh, Rwanda CPI is 2.5, I'm talking about Rwanda inflation rate. Okay?
CPI stands for?
Consumer Price Index. Consumer Price Index. Consumer Price Index is CPI. This is the measure of inflation. The formula that Dr. gave. I can analyze the formula further, but that is the formula to calculate what? Inflation rate. Where you use the current inflation minus the previous inflation divided by what? 100. No, divided by the previous inflation times what? 100. That was what that formula was saying. Am I making sense?
That's a percentage, no?
Yes. So, I will always use CPI. If you come to my office, I will not tell you inflation, I'll tell you CPI. No, I'm sorry, I have to CPI. Economists can use inflation. That will be CPI because that's when you measure investment. You measure the economy. Yes. Any question? Online people, I'm sorry, I'm very mobile. I'm getting younger as time goes on.
Do we have a question?
Any question? Online, any question, please?
You have the right.
So, is there a way to, let's say, to predict in the next 5 years, looking at the economy, the trends, and the CPI, whatever, what is going on in the economy?
Of course, our job is to always read, analyze, forecast.
So,
Have you read doctor's report? Papers. If you read that paper and you have the skill, you can always forecast. And the economy is always based on forecast. Anticipating what's going to happen in the next 2 years based on the data available. Like, I can tell you now that I'm anticipating that the war in Ukraine is not going to end now or next year. So I can prepare you to start adjusting, associating things in your mind for you to be prepared.
But there are some factors that you can't really predict, like the war or the pandemic, this kind of stuff. You might be surprised if you. Okay. I think that you base on the current environment. Like if things keep going the way they're going, maybe the next 2 years we're going to hit the rock bottom or whatever.
When I want to predict what I go to the historical data.
Yes.
Then I look at the current data. Then I do projection. Have you written a project before? All what you do is projection. You aren't sure, but you are anticipating, you are hoping because of the data in front of you. But if somebody approaches you and says, hey man, how do you come up with this? So no, because of this historical data.
Yeah.
Have you seen how the stock price increases? Or goes down? Okay, so CPI is what we measure inflation. Jordan, are you okay?
Yeah.
Benefit. Do we have this is very important. We're going to look at benefit. benefit, we are going to look at how it's bad for the economy. Benefit. When the economy is not running at capacity, meaning there is unused labor or resources, inflation theoretically helps increase what? Production. Who can decode this statement, please? I think you have a prize if you can decode it.
Okay, someone who asked a question. So maybe, like, she can't hear us. So maybe.
Currently, I am in Uganda. I wanted to ask what is the case of reducing inflation rates on the ground level. For instance, in our country, I think we solved that problem here. At the ground level, please, if you don't have a budget, make one. If you make a budget and you see the budget is not matching, you come to SIAS, we can help you. You start from a budget in order to realize that in order to survive your inflation in Uganda. So start with the budget, look at the budget, what you can curb and what you cannot curb.
Does it matter what is my income? I have to do a budget?
Yes. Income, without income, you still have a budget. Income places you in a better position, even without income. What do you do every day that takes your energy if you don't have an income? You reduce that activity so you can save energy. Okay? The online audit, please, I was just putting this statement on the board that when the economy is not running at capacity, meaning that there is unused labor or resources, inflation theoretically helps to increase production. Who can decode this statement? I just explained that, if you remember, I went to US. At COVID, the economy was not in what? What happened? The government print more money, push it to the society. Are we okay? The pushing was too much, but the people were, eating money without labor, spending money without doing it. So the government print money and push the economy, and people, you create inflation so that people can do what? Then once the economy starts to run, what do? You reduce now what? The supply money. Okay? More dollars translated into more spending. That's what the US government did. Very crucial. Triggers more production. This is just a slide I put for you to see that there will always be inflation, whether you like it or not. There will always be inflation, whether you like it or not. There will always be inflation, whether you like it. So it is best for you to start planning now with the knowledge you are going to grab something from this structure. There's always inflation. Always. Because certain group of academicians believe that it's good for the economy, it's good for business people to make money. And us as investors, it's good for us to be able to think out of the box to create products that is always ahead of the curve so that our clients can subscribe. So, this statement is a little bit tricky, but it's good. Inflation basically is on debtors. Let's pause right there. Why? Why?
Yeah, just say, for instance, if you lend me, I owe you $100 today, but after 3 years that $100 is not as valuable as it was. So if I pay you back the same price, like $100, it means that the purchasing power has decreased, but I'm still paying the same price. So for me, it's good for me because I took the loan when the dollar or the money was still valuable.
The intrinsic value of that money is no more.
Yeah.
Face value is gone. The intrinsic value is gone. Okay? So, it is beneficial for debtors, but that's theoretical, no? Because you are paying back money that has no. In Venezuela, there was people actually used money to build what? Houses. Banknotes worth nothing. They use the banknote to what? Use art. That's the effect of getting inflation. recession, when you see come back. Over and over, it's a cycle. For my country, Kenya, excuse me, okay, for my country, Kenya, just like any other country, as high inflation prices or president has given a view of purchasing oil in Kenya shades to reduce the rate of inflation. What is your take on that? Will it hurt the economy? Yes, it's going to help the economy in the long run because more Kenyans will be demanded. It's going to help the economy in the long run because more Kenyans will go into circulation, and once there's a demand of the currency, it progresses into their GDP and stipulation. Why is dollar powerful? Because there's demanding more dollar, right? So if the Kenyan government said you should use dollar to buy oil, it means to increase the demand of Kenyan citizens and not to increase what? The value of Kenyan citizens. I'm sure I've answered that question. Thank you. This encourages borrowing and lending, which again increases spending. Homeowners, this is very serious. Homeowners that have agreed to a long-term fixed mortgage will benefit from inflation. Because they are paying what? They are paying what? They are paying what? They are paying fixed interest. But those who want to buy homes now during inflation, they're in trouble. That's why real estate investment during inflation is a no-go area. Jot that, write that down, write it down. You understand? That's why real estate.
Can you repeat again? I was sorry.
So, homeowners that own home and are paying their mortgage during inflation, they are good because they are paying a fixed rate that is a lesser value to them. For example, you are rate
Same as the debtor concept.
You understand? So when there are people that they see inflation, they want to go and buy property. They forget that the mortgage has already increased. It's a no-go area during inflation, real estate, homeowners. But it benefit those who already own the house and are paying the mortgage. I'm not making point. We have investors here that are investing in property, so you must take this on. The other day, you must take it on. Property during inflation is no go.
I want to ask you something. For example, now
Listen.
people sometimes they are worried to have too many assets, like for example owning houses, because of recession. But you are saying, and always after recession there is inflation, and after inflation there is recession. So it will come back to you in a certain way. Am I right or?
It will come back to you if you don't know what to do with the money you want to buy at a particular time. That is why if you look at the past 6 months, people have been buying gold. The moment inflation comes down, they do what? They sell the gold and go back to property. So you need to understand at what particular time
You buy or sell.
you buy and sell, or you hold money. People want to buy property during inflation, hold the money. Don't keep the money on the bed or keep it in the bank, no. Put it in an asset like gold, silver, industrial materials, inflation-linked bond. So once you hold them, your money is safe. The value of your money, the value of your money is safe. So when inflation falls, because doctor says it's going to come back to you. When it falls, what do? You sell now and you move the money. Because they are going to increase the mortgage during inflation when you want to buy home. But while you are paying the below inflation that you already locked the price before inflation.
The initial price or the initial rate? It is 20K.
Let me make it easy.
Yeah, okay.
10,000 mortgage for 5 years.
Yes.
You are paying 5%.
Yes.
Fixed
Yes.
5%. Now, let's say this mortgage is going to end at 2024. Okay? You pay 5% there. Now, there's inflation now, and somebody else wants to get a home for 10,000. The mortgage of what? 50%.
It is still the rate of the fixed. Why it is shifting from 5 to 15?
This rate here is going to fix for you. But how much did you pay? 10,000.
10,000.
This guy is coming in for what? 10,000. How much is he going to pay? 15,000. It's not beneficial for you that already got the house before inflation.
Then who are benefiting from inflation? Are those who, homeowners or those who are renting?
Homeowners, those who are renting, they are in trouble. But that can also be fixed. I said homeowners, if you own a home, you go to the bank, you get a home.
Then, most of those giving for the lending for the houses are the banks. Many banks are shaking or they fell down. It's because of this.
You are a renter, you provide income, you are in trouble.
Yes.
But the person that owns that home is benefiting because he has acquired a certain asset of this price with a lower interest, and somebody else coming to buy at that because and what a higher interest. Does that make sense? That's why during inflation like this, you don't go for property, you don't own it. Okay?
Yeah.
Startup
Yes.
companies are more at risk of corporate budget.